about what you want to avoid, you attract it to you. Why don't you attract to you what you want? Stop thinking about what you don't want because you'll keep getting it.
Thank you. Thank you. Before I'm through with you here this afternoon, I guarantee you that I will impart to you enough information and ideas and things that you need to work on, because I'm real clear. I've been training people for over 30 years. I've been a researcher in human psychology and human emotions most of my adult life. And I'm real clear that human potential that exists in each of you, for most of us, hasn't even been tapped. The first part of your life might be learning who you are, but it takes a lifetime to know what you're capable of. The greatest waste on this planet is human potential. You go to school and you get lazy. You stop academically building your mind. That's your toolbox, your mind. How you see and assess and interact. Those are the tools you need to be developing. The kind of person you are. If I give them to you, will you use them? See, principles that work in life, universal principles, I'm sorry, but they don't belong etched on a pad. They belong deeply ingrained into your psyche and your spirit. They become part of you. And very seldom in life do you hear them. And very seldom in life, when you hear them, do you really listen to them. Pay attention. Pay attention. Before there's any external manifestation of wealth, change, and prosperity in your life, you have to have an internal transformation. We have to learn the principles of how this universe works. It is a universe of laws. We're finally starting to figure out that it applies to our minds and our spirits as well, not just physics. So when you look at your life and you look at adversity, you've got to recognize that everybody gets dealt a hand. It's what you do with the hand you've been dealt. And what you discover if you honestly look back at your life, every single thing that happened to you was a blessing if you put it in the right context. There was something you needed to learn. There was something that was going to advance you if you knew how to deal with that in the proper mindset, the proper spirit set. It was going to be an advancement. Helen Keller had some handicaps, would you say so? Here's what she said: life is to be lived as a daring adventure or not at all. Next thing she said, there's no such thing as security. Go for it. You've got to want to leave and become and arrive. That's a journey, isn't it? So the first decision that I need if I'm going to stay motivated is that I have to have a white hot desire. Lukewarm does not work. You see, there's only two types of people on this planet. There are those who are inspired, and there are those who are not. And for everyone that is inspired, there are hundreds who are not. You need to decide which one you're going to be, because motivation follows inspiration. If you're not inspired, you're already half dead. Rigor mortis is set in your spirit and your mind. All the winners in life make a decision. They have a discipline about the decision. They include and endure the discomfort with a different attitude than the losers. It's all here. Oh, you don't like to hear that, do you? Well, I'm so happy to see that after many years that the people are becoming more and more aware of ancient teachings. That thinking is the creation of your life. You're thinking your way to everything you're doing. If you're not thinking, you're not doing. Well, I started to exercise. I didn't like it. Later on in life, I remember the words of Emerson and felt them so powerfully when he said, "Do the thing, and you shall have power. Do the thing, and you shall have power." Another insight, since the self-image is built upon the belief system, that is what you believe truly about yourself, you manifest and you stay consistent with it. To translate that, if today you're sitting here believing you are incapable, I got news for you, you've already proven it. Because you bought it and your mind coordinated with all the experiences you have to validate what you believed about yourself. Whoa. Well, since it's built upon the belief system, how do I improve it? I need some new beliefs. Well, how do I get new beliefs? I challenge some new behaviors. I've had people, when I used to do certain seminars, and I'd say, how many of you are terrified of public speaking? And this would be about 4 or 5 hours into working with them, and they didn't know what I was liable to do. And I'd say, well, I'm going to experiment. I want the absolute most terrified person in this audience to come up here with me. And if you don't, I'm going to come out there and select one of you. You should have seen what I saw. There was almost an exodus for the bathroom. Other people were slouching down. People who were looking straight at me started to look like this. So I walked down the aisle, and there was a young guy absolutely shaking. His name was George. So I said, son, come with me. He didn't want to go. I said, come on, come on, come on, come on. We're going to get through this together. Come on. I took him up on stage, and he stood there, and I didn't know if he was going to make it, because he was... And I said, let me tell you something about this massive humanity here. Right now, they love you. Right now, you are everything that they think they can't do, and you're proving to them what courage you have. The audience broke into spontaneous applause. I said, see, you misread these people. You think they're up there, they're there to judge you? No, because you were vulnerable. Because you put your weakness on display, you became so powerful they fell in love with you. Why are you hiding from what you're weak in? Work on it. Get better. It's not that big a deal. It takes the same amount of energy to become enormously successful as it does to fail. Yes. How about the human mind? How about the thought process? We have never really been trained of how powerful your mind is. We've not been trained. Great thinkers in the past have told us, but they may have said it in a subtle statement, like, as you think, so shall you become. A man's life is what his thoughts make of it all day long. Disraeli, I have brought myself to the realization through intensive meditation that a human being with a settled purpose, a goal, must accomplish it. For nothing can resist the human will that will stake even existence upon its fulfillment. Are we made of that stuff? Are we made of that stuff or not? Is that the human potential for each of us? We got to stop looking like the next guy has it, the next gal has it, and you don't. There's your problem. Your whole life is nothing more than your imagination going all day long, 24 hours a day. Did you know that?